What is going on, guys? This is Zoroth Games, and I have another build video for you guys. And these deer, or whatever they are, rams, are randomly taking damage. But anyway, I have another build video for you guys. If you saw my last build video, that was my weapon and shield tank build for the Templar. This is my DPS build. It's very, very similar. If you look, you see I have the square triangle R1 mapped out exactly the same. So yeah, let's jump right into that now. It's gonna say some features blah 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 because I'm in combat, but that is fine. Let's go down the two-handed tree first. You're gonna want to grab Mighty Blow and its extra perk, Easy Target. That's basically your really hard-hitting move. It knocks the enemy down, and it delivers 200% weapon damage. It gets the weapon bonus, and also this reduces the extra one reduces the stamina cost. So yeah, you want that. It knocks down enemies. It's really good for enemies with shields. And then you're gonna get down here to Shield Breaker. Your critical hits crack armor and rend shields, sundering your enemy's armor for a short time. So again, another very good damaging attack. It's very useful again against enemy with shields because those guys are really hard to fight. When you yourself have a weapon and shield, it's hard to knock them over. So you know, this is where you have your DPS here, and they're really good for that. And then we get down here to Whirlwind. You can use this. I have it mapped out here to circle, or L2 circle. I don't really use it that much, but if I am running a really good loadout and everything's going fine and I just wanted some extra attack to use, this is what I'll use. Down to Clear a Path. Hitting multiple targets with a single swing of your weapon restores your stamina for each extra target. Blah, my bad. This is where Whirlwind also comes in handy. If you hit a bunch of enemies, you get this bonus right here. And then we get down to Earth-Shaking Strike. This is the same level as the last video, level 16. So once I level up, I'll grab that extra perk, but I just didn't have enough to grab it because of all the other perks that we needed. But grab Earth-Shaking Strike, and then when you level up, grab Shattering Ground, because that is also very helpful, setting enemies on fire, etc., etc. Now let's move on to this tree right here, Battle Master. I grabbed Grappling Chain just because, if you've got one of those, I forget what they're called, but they're like in those rifts, the green floating dudes that just shoot you from a distance, and it's really annoying, and you're fighting something else up close, you can just pull it over to you, start attacking it, and that's where your Grappling Chain comes in handy. Also, archers, that kind of thing. Now we move on to the Templar Tree. Now this is where you grab everything, just like last time. And I actually did grab Embrace the Light here. On my other character in the last build, I grabbed that too. I leveled him up and grabbed that passive. So yeah, grab everything here, and that is all the perks. But I'll show you how I have it mapped out. You want to start it out with Wrath of the Heaven here. Wrath of Heaven. See, I did it again. In my last video, I called it Wrath of the Heavens. I'm thinking that's because of Diablo 3, but that could be anything. Medieval lore, crazy stuff is, you never know with these kinds of games these days. But anyway, you want to start out with Wrath of Heaven. Calling down a pillar that stuns your enemies. And on top of that, it does even more. When you get this, Embrace the Light, it does more damage and leaves enemies stunned longer, which is super, uber helpful. Then we go back up here, grab Spell Purge, pop that right after you do Wrath of the Heaven, just stun them, and then hit them with Spell Purge, which this is where Spell Shatter comes in handy. It does 600% weapon damage against everything, so no matter what you're fighting, you pop Wrath of the Heaven right here, or Wrath of Heaven, and then do Spell Purge, and boom. A lot of them, a lot of enemies just fall instantly. They just die. Obviously the harder enemies like bosses and stuff, they stay alive. And it also depends on the difficulty. If you're playing on the Inquisitor or whatever it is, they won't die instantly, but they'll lose a lot of health. And then you're going to want to grab Blessed Blades. And then you see I have that there at R1. And basically you just want to pop that right after you do these two combos right here, which fall into your supercharge, which is rally. And Blessed Blades, you just pop that right after those, and you know, if you have another melee fighter with you, that helps them, and it, you know, basically helps everybody. And then this is really good for rifts too, because you're fighting demons. And then you just got your other passives, which these are also very, very helpful. Like Maker's Will, your party attacks have a chance to weaken their targets. It's a very small percentage, but it does happen. There is no darkness. Your faith is protection against the elements, and for you are not alone. The entire party gains increased resistance to fire, ice, electro, and spirit damage. That is super helpful, especially for the tank build. The Last Sacrifice. Even should you fall, you give your allies the strength to fight on harder in your name. Health amount 100%, damage bonus 50%, duration 10%, cooldown time 60 seconds. So another nice perk. And then Champion of the Just. Your righteous fervor inspires the entire party to fight harder against demons. Damage bonus 10%. Again, another very nice perk. And that is basically the build for you guys. Just start out the fight with and this is the same for the tank build if you watch that. Just start out using triangle, then go to square, then pop R1, and then from there you can basically do you'll pop circle, you do your mighty blow, and then the triangle move, and then maybe if you're surrounded by some enemies, use L2 and circle, and with your passive perk you'll gain some of that stamina back. And yeah, so that is basically it, guys. I will go on to show you some gameplay of the actual build in action. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a comment if you like this, and if you want to see any other build videos. I just I started doing these, so you know, I really enjoy it. If you guys have any suggestions or anything you'd like to see, then let me know. That is it. Peace out.